Welcome to the start of the Vermeulen dynasty. Staf Vermeulen will enter his very first Formula 1 Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone in 1950. As you have heard in the prologue, he is being backed by Johnny Claes, who was very impressed with his testing in Spa-Francorchamps earlier in the year. Staf found out that the car was really overheating in Spa, so he asked Johnny before the very first practice session if he could do some adjustments to the car's cooling system, and so he did. And he found now that the car was no longer overheating. He also adjusted some of the gear ratios, netting him some extra top speed, which he will definitely need in races to come. Not so much for this Grand Prix, but it will come in handy. Now I shall take you to the very first results of the very first practice session of the very first World Grand Prix, World Championship Grand Prix. Here you can see the free practice 1 results. Fangio in first place, Farina second, Luigi Fagioli third. Our main character Staf Vermeulen ended up in P10 with a 1:41.837, which is a very good time. He outdrove that Talbot Lago of his aging car that he has. Let's go on to the qualifying session. We can do a maximum of 12 laps. Staf is putting on some qualifying compound tires, and he will leave the fuel load as is. And here we go for the very first outlap of the session, of Staf's session. I will meet you in the very first flying lap in a second. This is Staf's first flying lap. He's coming out of the final corner, crossing the finish line or starting line right now. Let's go on board, or let's see how he sees a lap at Silverstone. He brakes at 211 kilometers per hour, takes the first corner in fourth gear, 170 kilometers per hour, and accelerates out towards the second corner, which is a more heavy braking zone, and he has to shift down into third gear. 130 kilometers per hour, accelerating back again to fourth gear. A left-hander, which you can take flat out, and there's traffic on the road, but that's okay. He shifts down to third gear, very slow speed corner, 100 kilometers an hour on average, and then he can go back out at full speed. This left-hander, flat out, low speed, 150 kilometers an hour, and he goes, and he goes, and he goes. It is clear that Staf is very good at corner exits, corner entries. He's a good braker overall. That will give him the advantage, probably. Some competitors might not be as brave on the brakes as he will be, or he is. Another left-hander, that is a right-hander, excuse me, that is very slow. He can enjoy the slipstream of the car in front, which will give him already a very good result. Let's take a look at the time that Staf puts on. It is a 1:42.4. Here we see the second flying lap, which will be a 1:42.411. The third flying lap, which is a little mistake, so we abandon it. And now we go back to the next flying lap, the next out lap. Here you can see Staf's first lap after the second out lap, which will give him a very good time, a 1:39.976. And here you can see Staf's fastest qualifying lap. I'll let you enjoy the onboard view or the cockpit view and let you hear the sound of a Talbot Lago. Unfortunately, the mod that I'm using is not that good in sound, or at least for this season. The Talbot Lago sounds are low and the wind is overpowering it, so I'm very, very sorry for that. I have already taken steps in order to ensure more engine sounds. Enjoy his fastest lap. Here we are at the end of Staf's fastest lap. It'll be a 1:39.652. And here you can see that Felice Bonetto has gotten P1, Staf Vermeulen P2. However, the game is a little bit bugged, and you will see during the race that Staf will have a different starting position, as will Felice Bonetto. This is the reconnaissance lap, which is the lap you go to in order to get onto the grid before race starts. And there have been shenanigans at the reconnaissance lap. As you see, Staf has been hit by another car. And now I will take you to the starting grid. Farina takes pole position for Alfa Romeo. Fangio lines up next to him in P2. Felice Bonetto takes the third spot on the starting grid. Fagioli next to Bonetto. Also for Alfa Romeo. Staf Vermeulen outdrove his Talbot Lago and takes spot 5 on the grid. Reg Parnell in 6th place for Alfa Romeo. Then Prince Bira in place 7. Serafini takes the number 8 spot for Ferrari. Louis Chiron takes P9 and Rosier takes up P10. Gonzalez takes 11th place, Toulon de Graffenried takes 12th spot on the grid, Murray takes P13, Hampshire P14, then Sommer for Ferrari takes P15. Cabantou takes spot 16 on the grid, Villoresi for Ferrari takes P17. Whitehead, a privateer, entry takes P18 and Ascari for Ferrari takes P19. Crossley, also a privateer, rounds up the top 20. Kelly, a privateer, takes P21. Gerard takes P22. Etancelin takes spot 23 on the starting grid. Pozzi takes spot 24. Harrison P25. Manzon 26th. Martin takes P27. Chabot 28th. Joe Fry takes spot 29 on the grid. Johnson takes spot 30. Peter Walker is 31st. And at the back of the grid we have Maurice Trintignant in spot 32 of the starting grid. Let's go to the race. And here we have the race start. Let's see how well the field fares in the opening lap of the very first F1 Grand Prix. And here they go. Fangio has taken a massive head start. Vermeulen is away well as well. Take a look at how he goes. However, the Talbot Lago is outdated. It has pre-war technology, so it is not as powerful as the Alfa Romeos and the Ferraris or anything else, the Maseratis. He is trying to defend, but the speed is just not there. He is being overtaken left, right and center. And there we have a crash between Bonetto and Chiron. How is that even possible? Vermeulen has capitalized on this, but he is being overtaken once more. He defends. He defends. What craftsmanship. He brakes, but he's being overtaken. No, he is not. He holds on to his position, but the other car is outpacing him, out-accelerating him. So Vermeulen has been overtaken, unfortunately. What an opening lap this has been for the young Belgian driver. The rookie, backed by Johnny Claes for Ecurie Belge. Will Johnny Claes have regrets or not? That is only for God to know. Only he will know what position they will finish in. What braking capabilities. We are coming up to the end of the lap. Vermeulen is now in P7. And I will take you now in cockpit view for the second lap. We are now in cockpit view mode with Staf Vermeulen. This is what he sees. He's hunting down Hampshire, which is very good. He's really out driving that Talbot Lago. He is closing in on Hampshire, and you will see that he might catch him, maybe not. He is really closing in. Heavy braking zone for the Talbot Lago, downshift, and he's got it. No, he doesn't have it. He does not have it, unfortunately. Now he's got Serafini in his sights. Let's see what Vermeulen does. Will he overtake him or not? Oh, Serafini has made a mistake and Vermeulen hits him. He could not avoid the accident on this second lap of the British Grand Prix. We have the following retirements all of a sudden. We have Martin, Chabot, Étincelin, Cabantou, Pozzi, Kelly, Serafini, Monzon and Bonetto, who have retired from the race. And now Vermeulen has got Prince Bira on his tail. Will Prince Bira overtake him or not? We shall see in a few moments. Yes, there he goes, overtaken, but Vermeulen hits him, but it does not concern him. And now Vermeulen has been overtaken by Gonzalez. This has been a wonderful race already, but Vermeulen is going back. He is in P8 now. He's going for Gonzalez now. That was the second lap.
You're running A.
We now cut to a replay of Fangio taking the lead on lap 3 from Farina. Let's take a look. Around the outside of Farina goes Fangio and he takes the lead. Look at that magnificent overtake. We are coming up at the end of lap 3 and Vermeulen takes the fastest lap of the race for the moment at a 1:44.863. What a lap from the young Belgian rookie driver. As Crossley retires on lap 4, we cut to a replay and Vermeulen spins, makes a mistake. He falls back all the way down the order. He's P8, P9, now P10. He had trouble making his car start again. He's P12. Is he? No, he's P13. He has fallen back almost to the back of the grid. He is P14. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the chase is on for Vermeulen. Will he come back or not? Make sure to keep watching for the conclusion. Back in cockpit cam, we see the very first overtakes he makes. He goes from P14 all the way to P11 Vermeulen he does, thanks to some luck. In the meantime, Villoresi and Ascari retired as Bira takes the lead on lap 6. We have a replay of that. As with the previous overtake for the lead, it's an overtake around the outside. What prowess from Prince Bira, the royal competitor, takes the lead. Rosier retired on lap 8 and Vermeulen is still chasing the pack ahead of him. There is a car, that's a left car, so that doesn't count for positions. But Hampshire is there, and now Vermeulen has taken 10th place because Hampshire is in the barriers. And now he still has to take on the Graffenried, who is in P9. The Graffenried is really close, and Vermeulen is closing in on him or not. No, the Graffenried has more power in his car than Vermeulen. The Graffenried a second ahead, but Vermeulen is really good on the brakes. Closing in or not. Oh, he almost lost it there, and he keeps chasing the pack. Will he overtake someone for 9th place? The Graffenried almost 2 seconds ahead. Almost. Oh, what's happened there? Gonzalez in the barriers, and now he has taken 9th place from Gonzalez. We are on lap 9 and Vermeulen is chasing down Murray. Look how close Murray is. Will he take him down? Vermeulen takes the corner almost flat out, closing in on Murray. What will happen? Look at the battle they are having. This is really great racing. And now the next corner. Oh, and Vermeulen misjudges his braking and takes out Murray. But he takes 8th place like that. We are on lap 11. Here's a replay of Vermeulen chasing down the Graffenried. He is half a second ahead, but the Graffenried has more power in his car, as you know. But Vermeulen is better on the brakes. He almost takes the Graffenried's position, but the Graffenried has better acceleration, better traction out of the corner. Will Vermeulen ever take that position? We don't know. Only time will tell. Yeah, there he has him. He has him. He takes the Graffenried finally on lap 12, the start of lap 12. Reg Parnell is now ahead of him. What will the Graffenried do? Will the Graffenried retaliate? Let's see. Let's take a look. The Graffenried is faster than Vermeulen. But Vermeulen is better on the brakes, but the Graffenried around the outside takes the position back. P8 is back for the Graffenried, but the battle is still going on. Vermeulen fights for his life to take that position from the Graffenried. What amazing racing this is for the first Formula 1 Grand Prix ever. Yes, Vermeulen takes it, but the Graffenried ahead again. How is this possible? Fagioli behind. How can he do that? How has that happened? We don't know. It is utter chaos in this Grand Prix. Lap 12, Vermeulen is chasing down Parnell into the penultimate corner, and Parnell moves under braking. Vermeulen could not avoid this crash. What a hefty crash for Parnell. I hope he is okay. Vermeulen is still chasing down the Graffenried. What will happen? And he misjudges his braking again and crashes into the Graffenried. Vermeulen takes P5 like this. It is now lap 14 and the chase is still on. Vermeulen chasing down Farina and in 4th place and Fangio in 3rd. Will he get onto the podium? Vermeulen brakes very well and has better traction out of the corner, and he is almost alongside Farina. He is alongside Farina, but Farina's Alfa Romeo is just too powerful. Near the end of lap 14, Farina is close to Vermeulen. Vermeulen, will he overtake Farina? Yes, he will. The back markers have helped. He takes the spot. Now Fangio is in the sights of Vermeulen. Vermeulen chasing down the Argentinian pro driver. Will he be able to take that podium spot? Vermeulen still closing in on Fangio. This is amazing. This is epic. Fangio is being held up by the back markers on lap 16 and Vermeulen passes him and takes the final podium spot. But the battle is not over. Still on lap 16. Fangio overtakes Vermeulen once again, retaking the final podium spot. What a race this is. Vermeulen tries to get back at him, but ultimately fails. At the end of lap 16, Vermeulen still chasing down Juan Manuel Fangio. What is this? Vermeulen takes the spot again. Wow, how is this possible? Vermeulen just flat out through the final corner. What is this? It seems like he has a problem, Fangio. He doesn't dare to overtake or there's something wrong with his engine. Anyway, the battle is still on. Fangio is alongside Vermeulen. What will happen? Will Fangio overtake him on the inside? The braking zone comes up. Fangio dives down the inside and takes the spot. But what is this? Vermeulen slightly touches Fangio, sending him into the barriers, into the hay bales. Still on lap 17. Farina behind Vermeulen, but Farina has a very good exit and he overtakes the aging Talbot Lago of Vermeulen of Ecurie Belge. Now Fangio is behind the young Belgian driver. What is this? Vermeulen retaliates on Farina and takes him around the outside. What amazing skill this driver has. But Farina retakes the position. Can Vermeulen retaliate? Can he? He tries around the outside. No, Farina blocks him off quite well, which gives Fangio the opportunity to overtake the Belgian driver. Will that happen? Yes, in the final corner. Vermeulen cannot retaliate against Fangio and Vermeulen finds himself against in 5th place. On lap 19, Vermeulen still chasing the Alfa Duo, but he is closing in. We cut to a replay of Peter Whitehead. He makes a mistake and crashes and loses his wheel. He is out of the race. We are on lap 20 and Vermeulen makes a move on Fangio. It was not completely clean, but he makes it stick. And now the chase is on for Farina, but Fangio will probably retaliate with the stronger Alfa Romeo engine and car. We are coming into the heavy braking zone. Vermeulen downshifts and Fangio doesn't retaliate immediately, but that could all change. Fangio is on Vermeulen's tail. The Belgian driver has impressed, going toe-to-toe with these greats of the sport. Now Fangio is back ahead. Will Vermeulen finally retaliate? Make it stick? He goes around the outside, he tries it around the outside and makes it stick. He overtakes Fangio. Now the chase is back on for Farina, who is 2 seconds up, but Fangio retakes the spot. We are on lap 21 and Vermeulen takes Fangio once again and Farina is closer than ever before. Vermeulen can can see the podium spot already. We're coming up at the end of lap 21. Vermeulen brakes late and takes Farina around the outside and he makes it stick. Lap 22 and Vermeulen takes fastest lap of the race for the moment in a 1:43.061. What a race this has been for the Belgian driver. It has been a quiet spell for Vermeulen. He has been chasing down P2, Louis Chiron, and he comes up to Joe Fry, a backmarker, to be lapped. But what is this? What is this? Joe Fry spins out Vermeulen. Vermeulen is fuming. Will he lose his 3rd position? We don't know. He makes the car go again and the chase to Chiron is back on, but I don't think he will ever take that second spot. The end of lap 33, we are starting lap 34. Vermeulen has made a valiant effort to close down the gap to Louis Chiron, but everything has been in vain. He has run out of laps to
Don't stop now.
chase down the competitor that is in P2. But we all know who will probably win this Grand Prix, the very first Grand Prix of the Formula 1 World Championship. The opening round, the British Grand Prix. Victory will probably go to Prince Bira. I must await the official confirmation. P2 will probably be for Chiron and Vermeulen will probably be P3 after a very good comeback drive in an aging Talbot Lago. I do believe that Johnny Claes will be very pleased with this result for the Ecurie Nationale Belge. Johnny Claes will be indeed very happy that he took this bet. And what is this? What is this? We see a replay of Prince Bira crossing the finish line in P1. And 8 seconds later we have Chiron crossing the same finish line. So that is well done. And we are back with Vermeulen rounding out the penultimate corner. He's going to the final corner. And he will end or finish in P3. But wait, there is more. He takes the fastest lap of the race in a 1:42.5. What an awesome drive by the young Belgian pilot. Now let's take a look at the official race results. Prince Bira is in first position. Chiron is in second position, with Vermeulen rounding out the podium, and Vermeulen has taken the fastest lap. De Graffenried in P4 and Farina, our pole sitter, in P5, netting the last points. Then we have Fangio, Fagioli, Murray, Hampshire, Gonzalez, Fry, Gerard, Harrison, Johnson, Sommer, Whitehead, Parnell, Trintignant, Walker, Rosier, Ascari, Villoresi, Crossley, Bonetto, Serafina, Manzon, Kelly, Pozzi, Cabantou, Chabou, Etancelin, and Martin as final position. Let's take a look at the World Championship standings. Bira 8 points, Chiron 6 points, Vermeulen 5 points, Graffenried 3 points, and Farina 2 points. The rest of the grid has scored no points at all for the moment. The season is still long, we don't know what will happen. Let's take a look at the overview of Vermeulen's 1950 season. He has a podium finish and he has a fast lap, netting him 5 points. After the race, Staf was very happy. He hugged Johnny Claes after such a result. Claes was also happy, but he said that Staf needed to watch out for mistakes on track because some competitors were not happy with how he raced, crashing into some people and so on. But they were thoroughly impressed. Staf loved the race and he's ready for the next Grand Prix. He's thrilled to be here.